Hi, y'all.
Today we're going to be making some buttermilk biscuits.
Yes, and some sausage gravy to go along with it. So let's get started. We're going to take 2 cups all purpose flour,
3 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt.
We're just going to mix that around, get that all nice and incorporated. Then we're going to add in a 1/2 cup of unsalted butter, and this has been cubed up, needs to be refrigerated. And you're going to mix that in with your flour with a pastry cutter until it resembles little tiny pea-sized crumbles. Yeah. Guess I shouldn't let it be frozen so much.
And
Okay. Now we're going to add in our milk, 1 cup of buttermilk. But since we don't have buttermilk, we're going to add a little bit of apple cider vinegar, about a tablespoon, to your regular sweet milk. Mix it up. And that'll give you your buttermilk. You just pour that in. Stir that together with a fork. Okay. We're going to turn this out onto a lightly floured surface. Okay. Now you're going to just knead this 2 to 3 times here on the countertop. Till it's nice and workable. Now you can choose to roll this out, or you can just pat it out like I'm doing. And you want it about 3/4 of an inch thick. You want to take your little biscuit cutter, cut your biscuits. You get the tray, honey?
Yeah.
You're just going to put them right on here. No need to grease it or anything like that. We like our biscuits a little thick. This makes about 8 to 12 biscuits. We typically double the batch. Depending on how thick you roll them, it'll make more or a little less. There we go. We got 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them here. 450-degree oven, and we're going to put them in for about 10 to 14 minutes. You just need to keep your eye on them, because depending on your thickness, it might take them a little longer. Isabella and I have another batch we had already made up prior to, so we're going to stick them in as well. Okay, so while the biscuits are in the oven, we're going to get our sausage going here. So, The sausage is browned, and now we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of, or thereabouts, of flour to it. And you want a real good quality sausage, which we have here. And I'll show you as we add how you'll know when you have enough flour. So when you're adding flour, you gotta let it cook for a little bit. That takes away that floury taste in your gravy. I'm going to add a little more. And as you see, when you're mixing it up, it just kind of coats that sausage and there's not any grease left. So you want it to where there's not a whole bunch of grease left. You got like a roux going on, if anything, in the bottom of your pan here. Just a tiny bit more. Grab the milk. I typically start with 2 tablespoons and then kind of just go from there. All right, so while this is nice and hot, I'm going to have Isabella just go ahead and pour a little of that in there, darling. Oh, more than that, sugar. Quite a bit more, actually. Keep going. Keep going. A little more. Okay. And so we're just going to mix this all up. You always want to let your flour cook for just a couple minutes there. A couple seconds, rather. It takes away that floury taste whenever you're making a gravy. That's a good rule of thumb to go by. Have your fire nice and hot and just kind of keep stirring until it thickens up. Don't put that milk away just yet. And as it's going here, you just add a little more as needed. I like our gravy thick, but I also want a little bit of sauce to it, so you don't want it so thick. I'm going to add a little more milk here and just keep on cooking. And if you're uncertain, just add a little tiny bit to it and let it cook, and add a little more if you need to. Let that cook. You'll get a feel for it the more you make it. I've never actually measured with my gravy and biscuits. Biscuits, yes, but not with the gravy portion. I've always just dumped and poured, so I'm not sure to give you measurements. I'm not positive. Okay, now it's thickening up nicely again here. You'll be able to feel it when you're cooking it. Okay, he's nice and thick. We're going to turn him off, and our biscuits are done. Look at those, aren't they beautiful? Let's get them over here. There we go. Them other boys out. We like our gravy a little peppery, so I like to add a little pepper to it. But you can totally do this after it's on the plate. You can salt and pepper it to your liking. Well, there you have it, guys. Biscuits and gravy. We're going to get this served up and get it on the table for breakfast this morning. We sure hope you enjoyed spending time with us this morning. We sure have enjoyed having y'all. So as always, keep it simple
And fun. Also, subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss any of these tips and tricks.